Hey everyone, happy Sunday. How are you all, my friends? Welcome back to another week of psychic-led intuitive guidance directly from Spirit for the week beginning today, Sunday the 6th, all the way through to Sunday the 13th. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. It has been a big week. I have been very busy reading-wise with this Mercury retrograde going on and everybody experiencing, those shadow parts of self and old things from the past rising up to be transmuted into something new so you can end these karmic cycles beautifully and start these new karmic cycles more productively. Once again, if you would like to book a reading with me, you are more than welcome. I'll put all the links in the description box below. Today I'm going to start off by doing something a little bit different. I did purchase the Good Tarot. Have used these on my page a couple of times, but I thought I'd pull a card. To save time, I've pulled one earlier and just sort of notebooked it. So we'll start off getting a message from the Good Tarot. It's actually, this is by Colette Baron Reid, a beautiful deck, but it's sort of a little bit different because it gives you your information in an affirmation style. So I really enjoy that. I really like that. And then I'll be following it through the Moonology, which will give me an overall universal message for us all, into the Tarot, into the Oracle. So you know how it rolls by now. You have to excuse my lovely little Sunday comfies. We're just kicking back today, enjoying our Sunday in our comfies. So you know what you see is what you get with us. But anyway, so we get started. Please remember that the reading I'm just about to give is for the mass conscious energies. This is for all the subscribers, the likers, the people who comment, anybody who stumbles across this in their feed. This message is for you. This message is obviously going to be general, so if it doesn't fit, please don't make it fit. Just leave it alone. Maybe next week's will be better. And please know that I do weekly readings on the Spiritual Events Directory page on Facebook as well, every Thursday from 6 to 7. So I'm finding they are really nicely folding into each other. So those who follow both of these weekly guidance, they're really getting something from it. And thank you so much for all your feedback. So without further ado, I'm going to get into reading mind. Here we go. So the card we got today from the Good Tarot, and this is for the week ahead, unless Spirit telling me differently. We actually got the Six of Air for this card. I'll give you a little look-see. So we got the Six of Air, which is a really nice card actually. I read this from the book because I'm not an intuitive reader with this deck yet. So it says stepping into the limelight, being an enlightened influencer. So the affirmation with that is, I generously model my transformation so that others might be inspired. I put my light atop a hill so it can shine forth, helping others to find their way. I remain aware of shadows and people who have trouble basking in the warm light of higher awareness. I bless them, but do not dim my own beacon. It's a time to renew my trust that I am contributing to the highest good of all in my own unique way. I think that is actually amazing, amazing message. On a universal level, I could just hear my dishwasher gurgling there. On a universal level, it is. It's more so the message with that is about you don't have to dim your light and meet people where they are to have really good relationships in life. I notice people do that a lot. They tend to, someone's having a bad time, so they lower their vibe to match them where they are, and they think that's helping when it's actually not. You're actually enabling that behaviour. So be the light, be the person you wish to be for people this week, and make sure that you don't drop your guard, dim your light for anybody or anything, especially in this Mercury retrograde. So, all right, Spirit, can you use all my Can you use all my senses safely, securely, and full protection to offer my mass conscious community members, all my subscribers, anybody who's about to watch this, anybody who's seeking higher wisdom, higher guidance, something that we can expect for the following week ahead? Whether it's a prediction, positive thought, who cares? We'll take it. Yeah. All right, so let's tap into the Moonology. This will give me an overall universal energy for everybody. So we're going back to the beginning. If you go back and watch my videos over the last couple of weeks, they're all saying the same thing. It's about creating I don't know where the camera is. I've been reading mine. Your dreams need a practical plan. So back again, like I'm reading mass conscious universal energy. I'm not reading minds. I'm not reading anything else but people's energies. So the people who predominantly follow me and entrust in what I say and the guidance that Spirit and I give and all that, Obviously, this keeps coming up because some people may not be doing the energy work to shift it out of what we're relaying week to week. So if you haven't created a practical plan for your future, now is the time to do so. You are being very, very much encouraged. It's kind of like once you create this plan for yourself, and you might even just have like a 3 to 6 month plan. Don't make a big 5-year plan, because sometimes that just feels so out of reach and we sabotage and we give up. But even if just in the next 3 to 6 months, they're saying that this could be more so an emotional plan. So maybe instead of chasing material objects, material things and stuff, how about we make it a plan that we're just going to get happier and happier and happier, or healthier and healthier and healthier, or balance. Sort of maybe we should all start looking at, because you will attract what you feel, how you feel. And obviously we want you to feel the best possible version of self as you can. So maybe maybe the message is your dreams need a practical plan. It's about setting forward a more emotional plan for yourself. How do you want to feel in 3 to 6 months? And actually do feel good activities and choose feel good thoughts that are in alignment with that. We've got you're very close to achieving your goal. So some of you may know that something is brewing, something is coming. You can feel it in your waters. You know what I mean? Like, it's your intuition talking to you. It is a time to be patient. I mean, I'm feeling the impatience, because I was anticipating this reading today. I can feel what's coming. And even though I can't see it, feel it, taste it yet, I know it's coming. So please practice your patience this week. You can use your time and energy proactively by creating this positive plan for yourself. You may want to do a 5-year plan. I keep say that. So some people work differently, but you may want to create that plan based on material things. The message is to more so make a plan of how you want to feel, and obviously make sure you focus on what you eat and stuff, because that's going to affect how you feel. Obviously, the more junk food you have, the more toxic and heavy you're going to feel, and lethargic and all that sort of stuff. So just create a little life plan. Maybe you just want to incorporate, I always just say, just choose 3 non-negotiables every day. You might want to do 10 minutes meditation, 10 minutes of sitting there just enjoying a smoothie, which has all the nutrients and that in it. And you may want to have 10 minutes of having a nice sea salt bath or something of that nature. Like, do something that's more proactive, and try to be a little bit less reactive. But please know that you're very close to achieving your goal, no matter what it is, and just make sure that you have the plan, because if you don't, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we've got don't let your pride get in your way. So there are some issues coming up where we're sort of digging our toes in a little bit too much. We're getting a little bit more, I'm not giving in. They can ring me. They can text me. They could do this. I want this. Like, it's sort of like that pride and that ego that's sort of stepping in and going, I'm not making the first move. I don't know, that you can tell by my mannerism and what I'm saying, but I feel like if you are in that energy and it's kind of spiteful and kind of resistant and kind of like, there's a difference between being in that fighty kind of energy than being assertive and just saying, you know what, I've done all that I can. I'm not putting any more time or effort or energy into this. If they do want to come back, that's cool and all that, but just go general, just go softer. Don't take that, that instant guard and that put up those instant walls and get really shitty, because honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice. They're off doing their own thing anyway. It's got to be in touch with the person, because they keep telling me all this timeline. Too much information, Spirit. Slow down. You'll probably find a lot of readers having trouble with their words this Mercury retrograde. But yeah, so make sure you don't take the tough stance where you're in defense mode. Make sure that you just take the softer route and honor yourself and honor your worth, and just go, you know what, if they want to come around, they'll come around. They will. If my boss wants to give me that position, they'll give me that position. But in the meantime, I'm going to take 10, 20, 30 minutes out per day and do some non-negotiables. And I'm going to really look after myself. I'm not going to let pride get in my way. I'm really close to achieving my goal. And, sometimes I might just have to do what Dan says and create somewhat of a plan for myself. And, what does my future look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What value am I going to add to my life? Because when I add value to my life, that value is going to come back to me. And it's just about going general this week. Go general. So a lot of self-scripts and affirmations. Yep, we got meditation and contemplation. Like I said right at the beginning, you are being guided to take that time out, to take a breather, so to speak. Do some self-love, self-care. Create that plan for yourself. Remember, this is your life. I often say to people when I'm doing my coaching and stuff like that, like, We all so much get dependent and codependent on other people, whether it's an intimate relationship or family members or anything like that. Like, what if something happened to one of those people? Touch wood, it doesn't. But what if they leave? What if someone passes on? What if something happens and they're removed from your life? Can you survive? Can you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and all that cope with that? Mentally, obviously, loss. If you're losing a loved one, I've lost 2 in the last year, so I know what that feels like. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, am I codependent on these people for them to satisfy an emotional need in me? It must be a very emotional week because, like I said right at the beginning, it's about creating a more positive emotional plan for yourself. I feel like if I'm some of you, I do feel a little bit lost. I feel like I'm in a fishbowl and I'm like a fish and I'm just going round and round and round in circles and I'm not getting anywhere. The only reason why you're doing that is because you're not focused and you haven't got a plan and you're letting pride get in your way. If you need closure in something, please get the closure that you need, regardless of whether you have to make the first step or not. Don't just wait for them and their choices and what they're going to do. Don't stop your life on account of anyone this week. Please don't. It's your life. You keep going out there and keep living it. And if they're meant to come back, they will. If they don't, there's your answer. Silence is an answer in itself. So if someone's being silent towards you, that's the answer in itself for you. So we've got it's a time to give rather than take. And this has been coming out in all my private readings as well. This is a time to give to yourself. This is not a time to take, rely, depend on anybody else out there, especially this week, especially through Mercury retrograde. It is a time for self. You are going to have aspects of yourself if you are someone who is a deliberate creator and you take ownership of your shit as well. It's not just everybody else doing it to me. It's the fact that, I'm a vibrational being. What I'm putting out there through my thoughts and my beliefs, and in turn my emotions, what I'm putting out there, I'm a big magnet. I'm drawing towards me. So I need to take a look at my own life and realize why I attract these things, why these experiences are happening to me. And I need to adjust that. I need to change that. So it is a big week about tapping into your emotions and taking ownership of, how you're creating the outcomes that you're currently experiencing. Sometimes spirit are stepping in and doing things and helping you out for your own highest good, but we don't see it in the 3D like that. We see it as lost, slack, and then we get really angry and agitated, annoyed and all that sort of stuff. But nothing's going wrong. Everything's going right. Everything's serving a purpose. But until you take the time out to sit down with self and go, okay, let's do a little bit of a regroup here. Let's do a little bit of a recalibration. Let's create a bit of a plan. Let's start focusing on me a little bit because this is my life, my journey. These people can come if they want. They can come on my fun, joyful experience journey. Sure, why not? But if they're not, then they sort of don't fit with my vibration. So vibe higher. Definitely vibe higher. So one more of these. Yep, so we've got to bring love into all the situations. Like I said, it's not a time to get aggressive. It's not a time to be confrontational. It's not a time to get all, I don't even know the friggin' word for it in human terms. It's kind of like, I don't even know the word. But anyway, don't get all boisterous. Like, don't get all cocky and prideful and all that and go, you come to me if you want me. That sort of energy. You'll know if it's you. If you don't do that, then sweet. So you need to soften that. You need to soften that this week. And you really need to bring love into the situation. And you really need to start loving yourself and honoring yourself a whole lot more. That's the beauty. I actually don't mind the Mercury retrograde because I'm a doer in my life anyway. I love growing as a person. I love expanding. I'll be doing it to the day I die. And so will you. Nothing's ever perfect. Nothing's ever set in stone. It's unrealistic to think that you're going to meet your forever loving, forever ever partner and then, it's just going to be happily ever after. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, There's always going to be contrast, and it's really important that you learn the skills of how to deal with contrast rather than getting antsy and Nancy and, treat it like a painful experience. Here we go. All right, the moon. The moon actually does represent that illumination for me. Things are coming to light. You may be seeing a lot of people's true colours. You may be expressing your true colours to people, or people may be seeing your true colours. A lot of water around the moon as well, so that represents the emotions for me. You may be dealing with a water sign, astrologically as well. But something's going to be illuminated, and it's time to remove those masks and those veils. It is going to be I got a feeling, and I've been predicting this for a while, that the second half of 2021 is more so about your personal development. The more you do, the more you're going to attract, the more it's going to be. Big shifts, and we're like a week or two away from it. And I've said this: if you go back and if you've watched every video, or you go back and have a look-see now, it is the end of June, July, where this massive transformation is going to be. So what's going to happen, guys, is if you don't make the changes that you want for your own life as an individual, because it's your own journey, you have the possibility of repeating a cycle with all the old, which is, I mean, I'm not saying all your old stuff is negative, but, you know, if you have experienced absence of partners, loss of health, anything of that sort of nature, then you're going to carry that like Dora in your backpack, and you're going to carry it to the next cycle with you. I'm working my ass off. I do 2 lives a week, which offer you free guidance. I do quite affordable readings. I'm doing everything that I can as an individual with my posts and affirmations and self-scripts to help shift your perception, help inspire you in some way to create these changes. I implore you, please do that, because what you're going to miss out on, they're telling me threefold now. Spirit is saying what you put in, and the action and the self-love and the discipline to some degree, and where I put my focus in that, if you get tighter on that, it's going to come back to you threefold, and that's what we want for you. We really do. So please know that if you are feeling emotional right now, you're not off path. You are just being asked and guided to sort of sift through all that and really sort out what's going to serve your purpose and what's not. And don't be codependent. No codependency on others for your emotional stability and happiness. We've got beauty, Ace of Pentacles. Here comes all that cash, man, all this abundance and prosperity and joy. Been saying it for ages. So those who are deliberately creating their lifestyles, guess what? You're going to see some abundance, some joy. This is the Ace of Cups, to me, is the highest money card, highest abundance card. So if you don't do this in Mercury retrograde, but if you're going to buy a house, buy a new car, they're telling me do this around the end of July, probably is the best time. Once again, I don't really follow the planetary stuff. I get what Spirit give me on a universal level. So don't make any big purchases in the next couple of weeks, but please know that if you are heading into something big, whether it's an investment, whether it's investing a lot of money into a business, get a business going, it can be anything, whatever it is for you, please know that opportunity is coming. This could also, if you don't receive a lump sum of money, this could also be a really huge saving. So, you know, a house that you may have been keeping your eye on may have been $500,000 and you get it for $320 or something like that. There's a big saving. So if you are asking for money, remember your money scripts. I'm going to do a few affirmations and self-scripts on my Facebook page next week surrounding money and love specifically, because that seems to be the running trend. Yeah, look at this. Whatever's coming in. For those who have cut through the bullshit and really created the plan and have emotionally centered yourself and soothed yourself and honored yourself, and at least take 30 minutes out a day, whether you do 3 10-minute sessions or you do 30 minutes or you do more if you can. But I know a lot of people are, I don't like to go into a lack, but they are time poor. We're busy people. Please know that the more you ground yourself, the more you keep your eye on the prize. It's coming. Here's the balance of the scales. There's the balance of the scales for you. So if you're feeling imbalanced or whatever, this can also signify that someone may come into your life to provide you with that balance. Once again, don't get dependent on people to make you feel a certain way. You need to feel that within yourself first. So I guess the message, what Spirit is saying, is that here's a bit of inspiration, that if you take the time out for yourself to cut through the bullshit, use your sword, get rid of what no longer serves your purpose, thoughts, people, places, things, the balance is going to come in and you are going to attract people of stature. Like the good tarot said earlier, you may become a really good positive influencer, or you'll get your cash and your abundance or whatever it is you're asking for. I'm reading for too many people, so it's too hard for me to be too specific. But once again, if you want to book a reading and want to know what it is for yourself, I just probably really encourage that over the next couple of weeks. So, so that's really good. Yeah, look at that. It's all work. So this week, a lot of people may be focusing on transitioning in their work sector. Please make sure that you line your ducks up in the row. Please make sure that you have a plan. Don't just go throwing shit out there this week and then sort of sitting back going, you know, it's when it comes to law of attraction, you need to be the person that you wish to attract, whether it's a client or if you want a higher paying job, you know, you've got to be that professional person. You need to be what it is that you're going to attract. And you've got opportunity this week to do that. I love the Two of Pentacles. This is a real shift in your money mindset, your financial status, in your security and your stability. I mean, to have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the highest money card, please know that there's financial relief coming in for you if that's what you've been asking for. If you do run a business or you have a hobby and you want to turn it into something that can potentially make you a bit of like a side hustle, they just said. So if you do have something that you want to create a side hustle or something like that, please get amongst it, create that plan, do what you need to do, lay out some sort of format for that because there's strong potential for that to take off. They also said don't get caught up too much in your emotions. So even though at the beginning we said, focus on your emotion and all that, we just want you to feel better and better and more positive and more optimistic over the coming week. I just lost what I was going to say then. But on the flip side of that, don't get too emotional. I think don't flip it into that worry, the panic, the anxiety, it's not happening, it's not coming, it's not meant to at the moment. That's my honest belief. It's not even coming or happening to me, really. I get little dribbles here and there, like get my hair done and got my eyebrows done professionally by, a very True Brow. True Brow, you should go and see them. I've got little things coming, but the big ticket items, please don't stress. If it's not here yet, it's on its way. I'm telling you, I can feel it feel it at the bottom of my sacral, It's coming, but we just need to balance ourselves out, that's all. Okay, look at that, Page of Pentacles. I would implore you this week to just take 30 minutes out for self-love, self-care, create a plan. It can be a meal plan, an exercise plan. Some of you may have to work out, they show me the percentage sign. So some of you may actually can just sit down and work out how much time and energy in a percentage form that you're going to invest in things. I know when I first started reading and I really loved it and all that sort of stuff, I said to Spirit, oh my God, this is like taking over my life. I could do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I couldn't because I was neglecting other areas of my life. So they said to me, put a percentage on how much time you're going to invest in all these sectors in your life. So I think I ended up doing at the beginning 40% work, 40% family, and then the 20% charity. So, and then I gradually found my balance from there. So you may want to, create a bit of a life plan, and even if just do it for the next week. Just see if you can commit to it and be a bit disciplined for the next week. Because if you do, look at this, the tides are changing. The grass is green on the other side. Whatever you want to financially invest in, please don't do it. Just be mindful. I won't say don't do it, but Mercury retrograde is not a good time to do it because sometimes we get mixed up on what's an opportunity and what's actually an illusion. So be mindful of that. But please know that no matter what you can do, you're not going to go wrong. You're not going to go wrong. The outcomes, the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, you're not going to go wrong. But if you have a small business or you're working on shifting your career sector or want to start something new, please just go there in your thoughts and your vibration and your emotion first this week. You have to do that. That's the law of attraction. You have to do that first before you go there physically. So look at the Seven of Cups. Beautiful cards, really. Beautiful cards. It's kind of like, what are you asking for? You need to trust in the divine. If you don't know much about the law of attraction, I'd really encourage you to read or watch The Secret. It's probably the most basic foundation source that you can sort of get an understanding on the law of attraction. I'm actually an advanced practitioner, so I'm lucky I got Spirit who tell me how to do it anyway. But really get into it and learn the foundations. It's at play in your life whether you know it or not. It's as real as gravity. So stop putting out, but they're saying one specific thing that you've been asking for is coming in, and you'll know what it is for you because it's the most active. The first thing. It's kind of like I feel like I'm Santa and I've just chucked my sack on, and these are all the wishes and the dreams that the kids have asked for Christmas, and I feel like that he's going to flop his back. The universe is going to flop their Santa sack down, and the most predominant desire that you've been asking for is what he's going to pick out and give to you. And I got a feeling that's going to happen in July, August. So I hope that's an easy enough analogy to know and remember. But please know that what you're asking for, some of you do. You just need to receive something that's nice, or you just need evidence of something before you can move forward. And once again, we shouldn't depend on that to move forward, but it's nice. It's nice to receive a compliment. It's nice to receive kindness from somebody. But something's coming in. There's a catalyst coming in for all you guys to make this change. Ace of Wands, maybe. Oh, look at this. We got the Ace of Wands, which is that drive. You're going to get that inspiration. You're going to take life by the balls. You got to create a plan. like I say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, guys. If you get this plan and you keep your eye on the prize and you only do have thoughts, have actions, have beliefs and all that are in alignment with this plan, and you don't entertain anything else, it'll come for you. It'll come for you. We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This is triumph. Once I get inspired and I get motivated. I'm reading for two different energies. I think some people are stepping straight into the big stuff. So if you've been working hard on something and you wanted to be, just say you do a podcast. It's kind of like my podcast goes to number one all of a sudden, out of the blue. Just had that one awesome podcast that everyone wanted to listen to. It's that kind of energy. Or if you create that plan for yourself and you do that over the next week, then Spirit will start giving you access and resources and things that you need to get this plan on the road. So once again, reading for two different energies. All right, I'll pull a couple more. So I hope that has inspired you in some way, guys. If you want to book a private reading once again to see what it is specific to you, please do so. You just have to email me and I will get back to you, or one of my little helpers will get back to you. That's no worries at all. Yeah, look at that. Wheel of Fortune, baby. I'm going to leave it on that because that's too good. The Wheel of Fortune to me represents the end of a karmic cycle or the end of a life cycle, so to speak. You know that new doorway's coming. You know that you're stepping into a new portal, a new reality, so to speak. It's coming. The Wheel of Fortune means, kudos to you if you've cut out all the bullshit. You've really cut out those negative thoughts and replaced them with good ones. Cut out negative people, replace them with better ones. Cut out, foods and toxins and addictions and that may not serve you. If you've done all that work or whatever and you've really tightened in your energy and you only focus on those things that you want. You only focus on the positivity in the world. You're not watching the media. You're not allowing external sources to come in and drag you back to where you were or where you once have been, all that sort of jargon. It's just the cord's going to be cut. They're just saying, they show me an umbilical cord and it's just been cut with scissors. You're going to cut the umbilical cord to the past and it's going to spit you through to the future. So once again, that future is up to you to plan. You're the creator. We can only guide you there. We can't tell you what to do. We can't push you into anything. But honestly, if you create this plan, a lot of you are doing it organically anyway. But I'm going to be honest, I feel a lot of resistance because, when things do sort of fall apart, so to speak, like a tower moment, it's really hard because we don't know what to do with ourselves, especially if we're codependent on others. What am I going to do on a Sunday now that Beryl's moved to Alaska? We always had Sunday breakfast together and, who am I going to go to church with? And, or it could be a partner, the partner may be having a mental breakdown and they've tootled off somewhere and it's kind of like, well, who's going to love me now? Who's going to cuddle me in bed at night now? And all that sort of stuff. Don't unpack there. Don't unpack and stay there. Go back and focus on yourself, because if you raise your vibe and they come back, they're a match. It's an alignment. If they don't come back, but you've raised yourself up, you can only attract better, can't you? So yeah, we've got contemplation time. So once again, guys, it's time to create a plan. I'm going to say it 100,000 times, but it's time to create a plan. Contemplate your life. Be a deliberate creator. Stop accepting shit by default. Stop allowing things just to happen to you, because that's not how it works. You are manifesting and attracting everything that's in your life. Everything. No ifs, no buts. I can feel the arguments coming from here, but once again, if you know the law of attraction and know how it works, you'll understand what I'm saying with this. All right, we got a couple more of these little babies. Keep an eye out on my Facebook page. I did put a call out today asking what people want, because I'm not sitting there wasting my time and energy putting shit out there just to get fucking views and shit on my page. I do it because I generally want to help. So if you are on my Facebook or my Instagram and you want to know something, or you want a nice script on something or a affirmation or something, please head over and put your comments, because I want to help those who want to help themselves. I'm not just doing it for likes and attention and all that sort of stuff. I'm here to be of service for spirit, and sometimes it's a blind man's journey. Just posting random shit and hoping people will take it. Yeah, look at that. Make a decision. That jumped out. You saw it. Make a decision. It's time to make a choice. So if nothing's, panning out, start creating it. I don't know whether I said this at the beginning of the video, and I'll be spewing if I didn't, but I was doing my housework and that this morning, and even Spirit was saying to me, it's time to get creative. It's time to get creative. So saying, feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. Make a decision. And the way you make a decision on the way it makes you feel. And last card, because this one flipped over as well, is let yourself receive. So it's about balancing out those scales. If you're the giver, it's time to take your power back. Start saying no and saying more yes to yourself. If it doesn't feel good to you, leave it alone. If it does, do it. That's awesome. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apology. So if you do have that barrier up and that wall up when it comes to love, money, emotion, or whatever, it's time to use this Mercury retrograde and start breaking it down for yourself. And the way you do that is to start feeling emotionally better about yourself and your future, where you are, even find peace with where you've been and create the plan which is going to help you move forward. So I hope that all made sense to you, my lovelies. I will see you back online next week. I will also be here again next Sunday. But if not, if you want a little top up during the week, head over to the Spiritual Events Directory page and I'll be doing another review of the week with the universal energies and stuff on there at 6 o'clock. So I love you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a marvelous week ahead, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.